Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch and I'm here today in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. I had plans of coming down here on this rainy morning and doing street photography, and I've brought my Fujifilm X-T3, but as I was pulling into the Carta North parking garage, I thought to myself, you know what, it's beautiful this morning even though it's overcast. I might just go up to the roof and make a panorama. Heather and I came up here one night and did panoramas, but I've never done a panorama in the daytime from here, and so that's what I'm going to do. Let me show you what I'm working with. So there is my Fujifilm X-T3, and I have an unusual lens on it for a Fuji lens. I have the Nikon DX, designed for APS-C cameras, 35mm f1.8 lens, and an adapter. This lens does not have aperture on it, but this adapter allows me to adjust aperture. I can't tell exactly where I'm at unless I'm all the way stopped down or all the way wide open. But I think I'm going to be somewhere between f11 and maybe f8 for this panorama shot. I love the screen on this camera. You know, it does regular tilt up and down, but it also has this sideways tilt, which is great for this type of work. And I brought my small tripod. It's barely tall enough to get up here on this wall. So I have my tripod level, so as I do the full sweep, it won't change my angle at all. And I've already manually focused, but I'm going to manually focus again. The focus peaking on this Fujifilm camera is really accurate, but I think I'm still going to zoom in 10x and make sure I'm just dynamite sharp. All right, so I'm shooting manual, ISO 160. I think it's 1/20th of a second. Let me make sure I got my 2-second timer on. I do. 2 seconds. This is a cool shot because it's going to have the river in it. It's going to have Highway 27 in it. It's going to have the Tennessee Aquarium, which is straight there. And some of the pedestrian bridge will be in the shot as well. And it's early enough to where cars have their lights on, but I don't think there's going to be any light trails at this shutter speed. You know, it's funny. I've used this 35mm lens for so many panoramas, and here I am again using it. Looks like I'm 2 clicks from fully stopped down, so that's probably f11 or f8. I doubt it's all the way to f16, but it looks like the shots are pretty in focus front to back. I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod here and review some of these and see how sharp they look. Yeah, they look good. They look good and sharp front to back. I'm checking now to make sure I didn't miss a shot. I want to make sure there's plenty of overlap. And now I'm looking for blinkies. Checking my histogram and looking for overexposure blinkies. I think we're good. So let's stitch that up and take a look at it now. All right, so there is the first panorama of the day. and the first time I've ever taken a panorama of this location during the day. And you can see over on the left, that's Highway 27 making its way from Chattanooga into Red Bank and then Saudi Daisy and onward. There's the Tennessee Aquarium, the original building. The smaller one there is the second Tennessee Aquarium building, and you can see over in the distance the Walnut Street pedestrian bridge. Here's the entire shot. It was a 12-shot panorama, and you saw me make it there at 1/20th of a second using a Nikon G series lens on my Fuji. I've come over to the other side of the garage, and I'm going to do one from over here too. I've already got my focus set up and my exposure. I had to go a little bit faster, a little bit more light on this side. I'm at 1/40th instead of 1/20th, but everything else is pretty much the same. So now I'm facing, well, that way's facing away from the river. The way we shot last time was facing directly at the river. That's got some traffic moving in this shot. I feel like there might be some problems stitching it with some missing cars or some cut off cars. We'll have to see how that goes. And I'm of the mind that you should do when you're making a panorama, you should do it wider than you actually think you're going to use, because you never know, you might like it extra wide or you might not, you know. And I always feel like you should leave a lot of space to the top and to the bottom. You know, you do your camera vertical, and of course I'm on a prime lens, but if you're on a zoom, you want to make sure there's some space at the top and the bottom, because some of that will have to be cropped to make your file work. Always take a picture of my hand in between panoramas. And now I'm going to try to get a better look at these for sharpness. Looks good. Doesn't appear to be overexposed anywhere. And everything looks pretty good. All right. Let's pack up and do some other stuff in Chattanooga. This shot facing the opposite direction is not quite as exciting during a cloudy morning as it is when I made it recently, or Heather and I both made this shot recently at night with light trails. But that building there that says Unum in the background, that used to be Provident Life and Accident, and my father worked there for over 35 years. And here is the rest of the panorama. That's Lookout Mountain. You can't even see the top of it because of all the clouds and fog that morning. It was starting to mist on me a little bit, and as the morning went on, it started misting on me quite a bit, but it was still nice to get this photograph. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. I actually continued during this same day and did a lot of street photography. And this video ended up being pretty long, and the street photography section of the video ended up being pretty long, so I'm going to split them into two videos. And with that said, this will be the end of the panorama video. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you like the content, thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see the next video with the street photography from downtown Chattanooga, made on this same date. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.